Hi, this is Wendy Morin, and today we are going to work on a kindergarten lesson that is about building and drawing flat and solid shapes. And we're using the words first, second, and third as we construct the shapes, describing the systematic construction of these shapes. So this unit is analyzing, comparing, and composing shapes, but we are adding the component of the words first, second, and third. Our students have already learned about the shapes. So although they have already been introduced to the geometric shapes of squares, circles, rectangles, triangles, and hexagons, we do want to connect to their prior knowledge and remind them of the names and the number of sides for each one of these shapes. This lesson is all about constructing these shapes using the words first, second, and third. So please take the time to review the shapes before you actually start the lesson. So you could possibly have your students draw them, discussing them with a partner, noticing the differences and the similarities between the shapes, counting the sides, what are the names of the shapes. You could do a game called Play Peekaboo Shapes and hold up a picture of one of the shapes and then hide it and see if the students are able to say the name of the shape as a group. But we are introducing some very important vocabulary to our kindergarten students, and we have the opportunity to connect that to geometry. And the words are first, second, and third, and they tell us the order in which to do something. So you can start with a game with your students. This can be virtual or in person. Start by saying, follow my directions, and then start giving different directions. For example, stand up. Remind your students to do so carefully, minding their surroundings and device. Second, put your hands on your shoulders. Third, fold your hands in front of your heart and play this game, changing the instructions each time until you feel like your students understand what it means. First, second, and third are ordinal numbers. If this lesson is conducted remotely, you should have your students collect something with which they can build, because you will be actually constructing the shapes. So for example, ask them to collect toothpicks, coffee stirrers, something safe that they can find around the house. They will need a small amount of clay to connect everything and a ruler and paper. In the classroom, it'll be easier to provide these items. And our students will follow the steps as we instruct, first, second, and third. They are going to draw the shape with some scaffolding, and then they will construct it. So the scaffolding is first drawing it and then building it, and reinforcing the vocabulary is always important. You can start by giving them two lines, two sides of a triangle, and asking them to draw the missing line with a ruler to finish the triangle. Second, have them color the corners red. And third, draw another triangle right next to it. You can do the same thing with a rectangle. First, draw two lines to make a rectangle. Second, circle all the corners in red. Third, put an X on the longer sides. And continue to stress the ordinal numbers, first, second, third. Have your students construct the shapes after drawing them. So this lesson provides an opportunity to draw and construct shapes while using ordinal numbers first, second, and third. It also allows your students to connect to prior knowledge that they have about these shapes and that they will be seeing for their following years in elementary school and middle school and high school. So have a nice day. Thank you. Bye-bye.